after a Florida man was held at gunpoint by two armed thugs in his own home. He uttered 6 chilling words that had them immediately regretting picking that particular house. According to the liberal mainstream media, if only the United States would emulate the rest of the progressive Western world and do away with our outdated Second Amendment, our nation would be much safer and more civil. And of course, no amount of the left's gun control has ever stopped gun crimes, much less even decreased such violence. On the contrary, the statistics show that disarming citizens only makes it easier for threats from both an overreaching government or a determined criminal to carry out their hostile plans. Since the most recent mass school shooting, Florida has been in the spotlight as liberals argue that the horrific tragedy serves as an example in favor of gun control. Disturbingly, while they biasedly peddle certain events to support their political agenda, they completely ignore others which completely obliterate their logical fallacy. On March 12, a pair of young armed suspects forced their way into the home of a Florida resident whose identity has been withheld at his request before holding him at gunpoint. The pair of thugs believed that, since they had their weapons aimed at the seemingly defenseless resident, they could ransack his possessions and, possibly, worse. Unfortunately for them, they had no idea that his house wasn't a liberal gun-free zone. Action News Jax reports that, as soon as the homeowner saw his chance, he pulled his .380 pistol from his pocket and shot one of the armed intruders before retrieving his nearby Glock and saying in Clint Eastwood-fashion to the other suspect, "I got a big gun now." Incredibly, the homeowner's coarse tone and intimidating words were more than enough to cause the terrified thug and his wounded companion to hastily flee the house, desperately scrambling through the second-story window. Displaying his unflinching nerve, the homeowner told WJAX that the armed crook simply had the misfortune of picking the wrong address to invade. "They messed with the wrong house," the homeowner said. During an interview with Action News Jax, neighbor and eyewitness T.C. Jones explained that he saw a man detaining the injured suspect on the ground near the Thumper St. house, but he had no idea that a home invasion was just thwarted, according to the Blaze. The man who was holding down the injured suspect is Matthew Austin, a bystander who had stumbled upon the wounded thug and was attempting to help him seek medical attention. Although unidentified, the suspect was taken to the Orange Park Medical Center for treatment. His companion, however, remains on the run. Once again, the mainstream media ignores the good guy with a gun scenario in favor of crimes that occur in their own gun-free zones. While the Second Amendment allows law-abiding citizens the chance to level the playing field when it comes to ruthless criminals, liberals are pushing the falsehood that disarming American citizens will somehow rid the nation of gun violence. According to the CDC, only 36,252 deaths occur by firearms per year. Of those, only 12,979 are attributed to homicides. And of course, most of these homicides are gang or drug-related, making the number even smaller. What liberals refuse to acknowledge is that guns save lives far more often than they are used in crimes, with estimates of annual uses ranging from around 500,000 to as many as 3 million every year. Even if we took the CDC's highest estimate of gun violence, which includes suicides as well as drug-related homicides, and compared it to the lowest estimated number of lives saved by citizen gun ownership, at least 14 times more lives are saved, thanks to guns, than are ever taken. So, if liberals truly wanted to save lives, they would encourage law-abiding citizens to own guns instead of supporting legislation to take them